Hello everyone. For those who may be new to me, new to my channel, I'm Krista Mitchell. I'm the author of Change Your Energy and Crystal Reiki. And I'm also the founder and teacher at the Crystalline Academy online. I have been teaching about crystals and doing crystal healing professionally since 2005. So I'm going into my 16th year of practice in 2021, which is quite exciting. And I'm here today to talk about how to choose your crystal. And, this is really kind of a beginner foundational teaching, which is great. I do tend towards more intermediate advanced teachings, admittedly, but I felt this was a potent subject to touch on and to present two different approaches, one that's more practical and one that's more mystical, to see which one speaks to you most. Because I know in this day and age with, there's so many more crystal healers out there, crystal websites, books, which is fab, but there comes with that different practices, different lineages, different opinions, and there can be conflicting opinions and teachings on crystals and what to use and what to approach. And so I think it's beneficial to, as I said, sort of have like kind of a practical, a foundational approach, but then also learn how to trust yourself and trust your own guidance when it comes to choosing crystals. So first, as I said, I'll teach just the practical kind of how-to, but then I'll also lead you through more of a mystical approach to choosing them based on resonance. And crystal resonance and developing a relationship to crystal resonance is something that I teach and really guide people through in my course, The Crystalline Path. So if that appeals to you, I'll certainly drop the link in the description here so you can check that out. But first and foremost, so, how do you choose your crystals? And the thing is, there are guides there and articles, and I've even got articles out there on what I feel, are my top 10 must-haves, and, the crystals that I most feel are beneficial in your apothecary. But really, when you're coming down to it, in terms of brass tacks, the first thing is to ask yourself, why are you working with crystals? Why are you choosing to work with crystals or feel drawn to working with crystals? It could be that you're, attracted to them as an alternative healing and wellness practice. It could be that you're feeling guided to spiritual growth and transformation, or something that ranges in between. Maybe you need emotional support. Maybe you need help memorizing for your exam. So the first thing, that's important is to come down to your why, drill down to your why a bit. And this is something, that I emphasize a lot to my students in Pro Crystal Healer, just in terms of approaching healing. We always want to approach from that why, from that underlying cause place, because that's where we're really able to not only do deep healing and transformative work, but also select the crystals that are best suited to our client. So first, it's the why. What is it that you're seeking to have help with? And that, of course, can be varied. And, even in terms of, I need help memorizing for my exam, as an example, what kind of help do you need? Do you just find that you're having trouble remembering? Are you having trouble understanding what it is that you're learning? Are you just a bundle of nerves and that's what's creating the problem? And that helps to break it down just a little bit more for you, because if you find that it's nervousness, then what you need to look for is a crystal that can help you, with clarity, with focus of mind, but also to calm and soothe your nerves. And one of my classic suggestions for a crystal in that case would be blue lace agate. If you find that you're having trouble fully grasping and understanding what it is that you're also trying to remember, then fluorite may be a helpful crystal for you. So these are just examples to help you understand that being able to just get a little bit clearer on what it is that you're looking for can help you big time. I still remember having a client who hired me for a consultation, and they wanted help with abundance and prosperity. They were starting a new business, but they found that abundance and prosperity crystals weren't working for them. And the more I spoke with this person, the more I realized, yeah, but you're in a place where it's not really about that yet. You're still in a place where you're getting clear on what it is your business is going to be, what's the mission and purpose of your business, what you want to be offering, your business plan, etc. It seems to me that right now you need to get clearer on what you're seeking to create. And so creative crystals and creativity crystals and empowering crystals may be the better choice for you. And so I made some suggestions like a carnelian, ruby, in terms of those energies. And my client got back to me a few weeks later saying that was the thing that really shifted and got them moving again. So really getting clear on that. Once you're clear on that, then the easiest way I find is still to go to a book. My favorite book, and I know this will be reversed but on the image, but my favorite book, all-time favorite book on crystal properties is The Book of Stones. And the reason I love this book is that I just find the writings in it really resonate with what I personally receive from the crystals as well. But there's the Crystal Bible, there's Love is in the Earth. These are all classic books, and I'll include those titles in the description of the video as well. These are all classic books that people have worked with for, in some cases 20, 30 years in terms of reading about crystal properties. So once you're a little clearer on what it is that you need help with, let's say you need help with memory, but you also need help with nerves, what you can do is you can look in the back. Most crystal books will have an index. We'll have an index, and we'll index things based on not the crystal itself per se, but the issue you're seeking to have help with, the property that you're seeking to have help with. So for instance, I hope I won't get into any kind of copyright problem here, but for instance, let's just look at something here. We don't want anything to okay, fear. Perfect example, fear. And right here in the Book of Stones, it lists a bunch of different crystals that are helpful for fear and the pages that they're on. So then you can then look up those crystals in alphabetical order, read about them, and see which one really resonates for you. And that's usually the easiest way, sort of a practical approach to choosing which crystal you want to work with. Of course, you can also go to a metaphysical shop. And near to you and ask. Talk about what it is that you're seeking for help with, and ask, because usually these places are stocked full of crystal loving staff who are happy to help you. And even online shops, may have email access where you can email and ask people too. I do a live Q&A on a monthly basis, by the way, in my Rise program, the self-healing, guided self-healing crystal healing program. So if you join that program, then you have access to me on a monthly basis on a group call to ask questions about crystals as well. So there's different avenues, different ways. You can even try doing the search in YouTube in terms of crystals for anxiety or crystals and just see what comes up in terms of suggestions. So that's more of a research-based, sort of practical-based, and honestly, that's largely how I started to learn about crystals way back in the beginning. I just started working with different crystals and learning about their properties, reading about their properties, and then working with them to see how they would affect me. So that's one way. A second, more organic, energetic, metaphysical way, or mystical way, if you will, is to choose from a place of resonance. And this means choosing more based on your intuition and what you feel strongly guided to work with. Now, the thing about resonance is you usually have to have the crystals that you're choosing from in person around you. So again, this could be at a shop, this could be crystals in your own collection. Certainly the more that you become attuned to crystal resonance, then perhaps you might just even open up a book and turn to a page and know right away that that's the crystal for you, or see a picture of it online and just feel drawn to it and know that's the crystal for you. And of course that happens all the time, and you don't have to be magical or special to tap into, well, you are special and you are magical, but you don't have to think you are in your head in order to do that. It's more about just opening up and allowing. So I'm going to lead you through just a simple practice to bring yourself into a place of greater energetic receptivity, so that you can then start training your sensory being to be in tune with crystal resonance. So if you just close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths. And for those of you who may be empaths or empathic out there who are like, I'm not doing anything where I open myself up to receptivity, I've got to keep myself in. All of the work that I always teach is from the soul center, like down in our core power source, where there's space for energetic discernment. So you're not just, here I am, opening yourself up to Times Square. You're in a place where you're contained, you're held within your own inner light energy, so that you can perceive things without being vulnerable to them, if that makes sense. So just take another deep breath and just kind of shake everything out. You can even do that physically if you feel the need to. And then use your breath to start dropping yourself down into your body. Imagine, this is one of the teachings that I like to share. Imagine that you're this beautiful balloon. You've got this beautiful balloon inside. That is you, that is your consciousness. And you're letting a little bit of air out of it with each exhalation. And as you do, you're sinking with that balloon deeper into your body. And that you come into a resting place somewhere within. That's your soul center. And this isn't something you have to think about. It's just something you feel. And sometimes it can take practice, because for many of us, we can be so used to being up in our minds all the time that coming down into the body is sort of a strange thing. And that's okay too. Just imagine if you knew where your soul center was inside, where would it be? And so now from this place, allow yourself to become more aware of the energy that's around you. Not in a way that you're inviting it in, let it be where it is, but just become more sensorially aware of the energy and of what's around you. And perhaps notice as you do that you become more aware of your own energy and your own energy field. And maybe this starts to feel heightened or even slightly tingly or vibrating to you. And that's a sign that your energy frequency is increasing. And this is your field of resonance that you're coming into now. And so then from this place, if you then open your eyes, or even with your eyes closed, if you have some crystals or a crystal near to you, just imagine starting to feel and sense that crystal's energy with your hands, or with your energy being, with your energy sensory being. And see if you notice the energy of that crystal and how it feels to you. And you can even allow yourself to be kind of like almost like not a pendulum, but a geomancer who, with those water divining sticks, right, allows themselves to be guided to the water. Allow your energy resonance, your sensory being, to guide you to the crystal that feels most beneficial to you right now, or that can be most beneficial to you energetically for right now. And then you can let it go. And we took our time with this, but the more that you practice this and embody this, the more you'll feel guided right away to which crystal can be of service to you on any particular day. And the more you'll also trust your intuition, because not only are you, being guided, but you're feeling it. You're feeling that energy sensory. And we tend to trust more what we feel and experience physically. And so this is another way to choose your crystals, which, as I said, is a little more energetic, a little more mystical, but as you put it into practice, this can work for you. This can work if you're choosing a crystal for a friend. And the added benefit of this is that sometimes, let's say you're dealing with a health issue or an emotional issue, or you're feeling lost or ungrounded or whatever it might be, and you're not even really sure or clear what it is that you need help with. When you're in this place of embodied resonance and connecting to crystals through resonance, your energy field will be tuned in to what it is that you need and will guide you to the crystal that you need, even if your mind isn't able to make that distinction or make that choice. So it becomes really powerful in terms of starting to work with yourself as an energy being, and then working with these crystals as energy beings and sources of spirit and sources of energy medicine, if you will. So I hope that was of service to you. And again, if you're interested in cultivating more of this gift and your knowledge of crystals, certainly check out my course, The Crystalline Path, and also my membership program through the year in terms of working more deeply with crystals for energy healing and also receiving guidance. I'll put those links in the description. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that was of service to you. Please let me know in the comments if it was. And also please do subscribe, because more crystals, more teachings, more videos are coming your way in the new year. Sweet blessings to you.